Sorry for the delay. We were at the planning commission meeting. Okay, so this morning we are going to execute the minutes. Motion for February 9th of 2016.
Oh, that's 17.
I'm sorry, 17. Sorry, reading what you're right.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Commissioner Glenn?
Yes.
Commissioner Hicks? Commissioner Delay?
Thank you. Okay.
I'm going to report on the items that I approved yesterday. According to the agreement to me by the board, resolution 17-006. I approved the hire of Jamie Schenker, a part-time attendant for the county home, job number 1504-1, to be effective February 21st, 2017. And for water resources, I approved the following service contract agreements. There's 4 of them. Emery Electric Incorporated to perform electrical repairs within the department as needed for a 2-year period for 17-18 in an amount not to exceed $20,000 or $10,000 per year. Harper Well and Pump Incorporated to perform well and well pump services as needed at various facilities for the year 2017 in an amount not to exceed $5,000. McDonald's Equipment Company to perform generator services and repairs as needed in the wastewater section during the year 2017 in an amount not to exceed $10,000. And McDonald Equipment Company to perform generator services and repairs as needed in the water section during the year 2017 in an amount not to exceed $5,000. There's no action.
Okay.
Passing that.
You know who he is?
Yeah, no, but I appreciate the conversation. Passes more on these occasions.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, good morning, Nan.
Good morning.
Financials.
For today, okay, we have revenue certifications for the Geauga County Board of DD's Donation Fund and Construction Fund, and decertifications for their main and residential services fund. We have supplemental appropriations for the engineer to appropriate all of their carryover balances, and supplemental appropriations and the appropriations for Geauga County Board of DD that might not want to be brought into certifications and decertifications. We have a cash transfer from the general fund to community development for the first quarter admin funding. We have travel encumbrances for JFS, juvenile court, probate court, recorder, and water resources. We have a payment of $68,566.25 to OSU Extension for the first quarter 17 funding. And a payment of $362,893.99 to Jack Gibson Construction for Russell Park plant upgrades. Any questions?
We have a motion to approve financials.
I'll make that motion.
Commissioner Glenn?
Yes.
Commissioner Hicks? Commissioner Delay?
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Okay, Todd Gibson is going to be here presenting for, morning.
Morning.
How are you? Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for scheduling this.
No problem.
Resolution is for community members number 5.
Okay.
Talk about it.
The resolution before you authorizes the signing and delivery of the First Amendment to the bond indenture. In 2012, as you may recall, the county issued revenue bonds with that South County Circle retirement facility in Geauga County that refinanced existing debt. The amendment before you amends the indenture pursuant to which the bond were issued to reduce the interest rate for this calendar year. Their South Franklin Circle's financial performance has continued to improve and exceeded the bondholders' expectations. The bondholders were willing to reduce the interest rate this year by 2% from 11% at the time. The bonds step down again next year according to their original terms of 8%. So this was just a nice provision that South Franklin Circle, based on their performance, was able to negotiate with the bondholders as sort of a concession, acknowledgement of their performance.
Okay. Any questions on that? This is a pretty complicated, not complicated, but a pretty in-depth process that we had done, what was it, 2 years ago now?
Well, last year, it was it's just last year,
Last
year, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
they issued additional debt, which, refinanced other prior indebtedness, but they paid all of that off. So this bond that we're amending now is the last one that's left. So this really come a long way.
If you've never been down there to see that facility, I know Skip toured the facility. If you've never been down there to see it, it's very impressive. Check it out.
Okay, we can do a read on that thing? Yeah, we can.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution Number 17-017, authorizing execution and delivery of amendment to documentation of outstanding self-supporting revenue bonds relating to South Franklin Circle. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the first amendment dated as of February 15, 2017 to the trust indenture between the County of Geauga, Ohio as issuer and UMB Bank N.A. as trustee dated as of December 1st, 2012 relating to the $31 million revenue bond series 2012A for the South Franklin Circle project.
I'll make that motion.
Commissioner Ryan?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool? Commissioner Spudler?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Okay, good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
All right, Shane, we have, East Cleared and Cleared, Chardon Windsor Road.
We have 3 projects on the agenda today. County Highway 13, Chardon Windsor Road, sections E through H. That goes from 608 to 528. It's a resurfacing project, 4.0 miles. We have a construction estimation of $795,000. We have the resurfacing of Kirtland Road from, what's in its entirety from 6 to the Lake County line, 1.6 miles of road, an estimated cost of $375,000, and that one is subject to a federal grant of $240,000 in NOACA. And then the third project is the restriping of the edge lines and center line for about 75 miles of county highways. And that is estimated $150,000 local funds.
The County Engineer's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution Number 17-018 to order the improvement of Chardon Windsor Road, CH 13, Section C through H, in Clarendon and Holmesburg Township. This resolution also requests the Board approve and execute the title sheet and the specifications for the same. Further, this resolution sets a bid opening on Wednesday, March 8, 2017 at 2:05 p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on February 16, 2017 and on the county website. The County Engineer's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution Number 17-019 to order the improvement of Kirtland Road, CH 17, Section 8 through C in Chardon Township. This resolution also requests the Board approve the claims and specifications for the same. Further, this resolution sets a bid opening on Wednesday, March 8, 2017 at 2:05 p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on February 16, 2017, February 23, 2017, March 2, 2017, and on the county website. The County Engineer's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution Number 17-020 to order the improvement of various sections of county roads by applying pavement markings for the year 2017. This resolution also requests the Board approve and execute the title sheet for the specifications for the same. Further, this resolution sets a bid opening on Wednesday, March 8, 2017 at 2:10 p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on February 16, 2017 and on the county website.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool? Commissioner Spudler?
Right. Christie?
There were additional signature pages we're not supposed to do.
No, you're just, because to get them all signed together for today, each person signed on a different page and then they're all together on one document. So you're signing a page with the bank, the South Franklin Circle signed on one page, and then the bondholder signed on another. So there should be
There are 3 pages with the commissioner on it.
you only have to sign them.
They're just have.
Shane, thank you.
Set.
You have a good day. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Oh, Joey said aye.
I will.
Okay. How are you? Good, good. Thank you.
You're the first one to say that. Shane didn't say that, Joey.
And you left too.
It's a girl thing, actually. Today we're here to accept a grant from ODOT, and this is for obstruction removal for trees. primarily on the 608 side, runway 11. But there's a small section that belongs to the David Ford federal improvements that we're also painting. We have started the other end of the project already, but we're running into the difficulty of no ground freezing. The area is very wet, and we were able to get in with one ground freeze and get a little bit taken out.
Yeah.
But we really need the ground to freeze, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We have a restriction on when we can take wood, take the trees down, because of Indiana bat. She had habitat in a shagbark tree, and so we can't do it in summer. So it's a tough thing, but I'm hoping that if we can't get down what we need to get down this winter yet, we can get ODNR out here to see that there are no Indiana bats in the area we want to take down and improve it. But it's a tough thing. We can only take the trees down between November and March.
You're not impacted by the bumblebees? You seen the new
Yeah, no, not affected by that.
bramble bush?
Okay. So we can read that.
The Geauga County Airport Authority is requesting the board acknowledge and accept the Ohio Department of Transportation Office of Aviation fiscal year 2017 Ohio Airport Maintenance Grant Management to the Geauga County Airport Authority for project number 17-08, the obstruction removal trees, in the amount of $61,136, $51,904 ODOT portion, $2,732 local county match, plus $6,500 for engineering not grant eligible from the general fund.
Make that motion. Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool? Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Okay, Jerry?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You're such a... We're waiting for you.
Yeah, the four items here are just kind of some bookkeeping projects that have been finalized. So we're asking to have the bid style performance bonds released for Osmore, Roy Oaks, Forest Main, and the two Thompson individual projects.
Okay, 10 through 13.
Yeah, this is my word for myself. I always send out a big letter that needs all the drawers so we can make room for projects.
You should just the president of the board.
There's no
Signature.
sign anything, sorry.
I changed that the first of the year.
Yeah.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board release the bid performance bond for Platform Cement Incorporated for the Hawksmoor Waste Sanitary Sewer Realignment projects as all specifications have been met. The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board release the bid performance bond for Precise Boring of Ohio LLC for the Troy Evans Forest Main project as all specifications have been met. The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board release the bid performance bond for EnviroCom Construction Incorporated for the Thompson Township Sewer Project Contract A as all specifications have been met. The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board release the bid performance bond for EnviroCom Construction Incorporated for the Thompson Township Sewer Project Contract B as all specifications have been met.
Make that motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool? Commissioner Spillier?
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Good job.
You did, thanks.
Okay, next we're gonna have honoring some Girl Scouts. While we're signing these, Christine, do you want to kind of give us a rundown of what the projects were?
Sure. The first one is Dana Capsio. She is achieving her gold award, and her project was completed for the design and installation of landscape, including a garden around the newly added bakery at Santa's Hideaway Hollow in Middlefield. She had a couple obstacles she had to overcome, but throughout the project with some donations, she was able to complete the project, including window boxes, adding a gingerbread family, a wheelchair accessible gravel path to a hidden fountain, along with a stepping stone pathway for a picnic area that they can sit with the families and enjoy their freshly baked cookies. The next one is Jordan Spanker. She's also achieving her gold award, and she completed her project by installing a little free library and an outdoor chalkboard at the recently built outdoor classroom at the Timmins School as a way to promote community reading and sharing. Girl Scout Cadet Troop 71119 has achieved their Silver Award by creating an educational tool to aid in the awareness and prevention of bullying. They developed a 9-week interactive program and video with the help of the administration and teachers that included materials for future use on the types of bullies, victims, and witnesses, the aftermath of bullying, peer pressure, gossip cliques, and stereotypes. So that was their project. And Junior Troop 70852 has received their Bronze Award for their project was for the Geauga County Dog Shelter. And they went and toured the facility and learned how it operated, the different needs, and apparently realized that the floors in the hallways are very slippery.
They are.
And so they have raised money through their cookie sales and by having a car wash, and we're able to hire a company that will be coming out. I talked to Matt, they're gonna come out, they haven't come out yet, but they have been paid to do the job, and they're gonna come out and install a non-slip surface that will also help the employees as well as the many volunteers that work at the shelter, so that they won't have any issues, along with creating a video and posters that they put up to raise awareness about the shelter. So those were the projects that they completed.
A lot accomplished, huh?
Yes, there is 4 girls on the Cadet Troop 71119 and 12 on the Junior Troop 70852. And their Court of Honor is being held on Sunday, February 26th at 1 o'clock at Timmons Elementary School. So I'll send the resolutions ahead of time,
Do
but
we,
if any of
do we
them
go-
are available.
To pass those out, you know, I'd
Yes.
volunteer to do that.
Okay, I can let them know that this is the,
Okay, so Tim Hexley right here, over at Kenston.
Yeah.
Great. So,
So-
with that being said, then I would ask for a motion for resolution number 17021, 17022, 17023, and 17024.
I'll make that motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool? Commissioner Spiller?
And yes. Quick question, Ann and Jill, do you guys put do you guys put those recipients in, do you need a list or something from us? Could we do that we could give you a list for the different Eagle Scouts and stuff?
Sure.
Okay. You know, I mean, it's a
Big
big
deal.
accomplishment
It
for
is.
a lot of these kids, and that would be great. Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect,
Please-
thank you.
Please do.
Yeah,
Some Eagle Scouts will help too.
okay.
And, their Court of Honors as well, so.
Give her,
Talk to them all.
Boy Scouts would be, that's too much work.
Yeah.
Ralph, do you want to, you be able to attend this too? Okay, I'll do it. Okay, we can both do it.
Okay.
That's a good.
So we'll let them know that you will plan with
Yep.
this, and I'll send the resolutions ahead of time.
Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Commissioners, how are you?
Good.
I'm not gonna say Happy Valentine's Day. I'm not that kind of girl. You have before you today a few little tweaks to the policy manual that we redid last year that surfaced as people began to interact with the document. The corrections were given to you and they're indicated in red for each one. They're just, again, little tweaks. I can explain each one if you want, or if you have questions, just let me know.
Okay.
The big issue here, the big change is the addition of a sick leave donation program that we haven't had before in the county. We did a lot of research on this. We did a lot of looking at what the law allows, and we tried to craft one that would be as painless and yet beneficial as possible. By law, it can only be done within a hiring authority, so you can do it for yourselves, but by creating this, then the other hiring authorities can do it as well. So that was provided to you. Hopefully you had a chance to look at it. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. And of course, I also need to update the handbook that we give to new employees to reflect these little tweaks. I think the most substantial tweak in the other ones was where you had directed us to change the overtime policies so that federal holidays, sick leave, vacation leave, compensatory time and other paid time is considered hours worked for purposes of overtime. So, we did that as you had directed us. And then the others are just a couple little things that, we can answer questions if you want, or.
No, I think all of the changes were needed, and it looks good.
Reviewed it.
And
Looks fine to me. I don't have any questions.
appreciate you keeping up to date with the constant changing and moving.
She does a great job of pushing things through, because in government, it's very easy to get sidetracked and put stuff on hold, and Linda is renowned for pushing through and getting it done.
You know, we brought our manual up to date quite a bit from when I started and now, so it's been good, yep.
And I appreciate your support in doing that. It can't be done without your support of the board. So we really appreciate that.
Sure. So with that, we would request a motion for number 18,
You gotta read it, or?
if you want to.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve revisions to the Geauga County Personnel Policy and Procedure Manual, Section 2, Employment Hours of Work, Flexible Hours, Section 3, Conduct, Cell Phones, etc., all, Section 4, Compensation, Overtime, Compensatory Time, and Section 6, Leaves, Sick Leave Donation Program, and further approve adjustments to the employee handbook reflecting all changes to be effective February 25th, 2017.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Levy?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you, Linda.
Thanks, Jim.
And I can cover 19.
Question. The new handbook revisions effective the 25th. Will all the present employees receive a copy of that so that they're up to date?
You'll probably receive actually, not a whole book, but they'll receive the update.
The updates, thank
What
you.
it is, yeah.
Well, I'll try to send them to all the department heads and supervisors, and then we also post an updated version of the manual on the county's website, on the commissioner's webpage. So that'll be done by tomorrow,
Thank you.
so it'll be available.
Thank you.
Okay, and number 19, the county is able to recover costs that are incurred by general fund departments supporting county departments that are not within the general fund. And the real genesis for this was the Job and Family Services Department. It's a large department, requires a lot of support by the auditor's office, by this office, by the prosecutor's office. So by law, the federal government allows counties to recover those costs from departments such as JFS that are funded by federal sources. But you have to have a consultant who is able to gather all the data and figure out the proper cost allocation. We've been using Maximus to do this for us since before I was here, and I don't believe that amount of $11,000 has changed the entire time I've been here. It's stayed the same all the time. And it's a lot of work, and our cost allocation, I think that's the general fund, I don't know off the top of my head, between $400,000 and $500,000 that are costs paid into the general fund by special revenue funds who get services from general fund departments, including, as I said, the auditor, ADP, prosecutors,
Archives.
office, and so forth.
Archives is one of them. We do a
Archives
lot
is
of
one
work
of them.
on cost
Yep.
allocation
Yep.
for them.
So all the departments provide data to the consultant so they can accurately calculate, okay, how much should each department be charged for the services they use.
So if we could get a read on that.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the agreement to provide professional consulting services with Maximus Consulting Services Incorporated for services rendered in the development of the County Central Services Cost Allocation Plan for the period January 1st, 2017 through March 31st, 2018, in the amount of $11,000.
Make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Yes.
Just do that.
Yeah. Fighting over it.
Caught it though.
Yeah.
Mr. Spitaleri, before you adjourn, can I raise a question?
We're not done.
Okay.
Okay. So the Commissioner's Office now is requesting the board appoint Mark Sarner to the Board of Developmental Disability for a 4-year term ending December 31st of 2020. I actually reached out to Mark with full disclosure. Mark was my partner on the SWAT team. He was my counterpart on the sniper unit. And he's actually retiring in October of this year. He's been very, very much involved with his nephew, who's also has Down syndrome, and has been a huge volunteer with the Upside of Downs, which is an organization which basically is, research and fundraising for early detection and also for support of many of the kids that are born with Down syndrome. He's been very, very much involved in a lot of the community programs. When I was a Shaker officer, he also was very much always the first to step up to the plate in any of those special needs type of situations, and dealing with the kids that always had this. So he's retiring here really soon, and I actually reached out to him and asked him if he could kind of give back to this as volunteering for this position. He's a Geauga County resident, and I think he would serve well. So I would ask if you guys would consider him for this position and appoint him to the vacancy position with the Developmental Disabilities Board.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi,
Question, Mr.
Yes.
Spillier, could you repeat Mark's last name?
Sarna,
Can you spell that?
Sarna. Okay. Sure. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, I want to call out, this was not on the agenda, but I want to make a call out and actually ask for a resolution to an organization that regularly attends our meetings, that we have an interesting relationship with, but, and I'm talking about the Geauga County Maple Leaf. They recently received the Hooper Award, Newspaper of the Year, Division B. I think that's outstanding, and as we watch some of the goofiness that's happening in the news today, and you don't know what you can count on, what you can't count on, the Maple Leaf tends to get it right most of the time. And so I'm going to give a shout out after a proclamation from this board, putting into the meeting minutes a resolution of recognition to the Maple Leaf for all the work they do and for being here and being a valued community member. So, can I have a resolution?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Yes.
That would be resolution 17-25.
Okay, great. And then, so the only other thing then is we would, we need to make a motion for a work session on the 23rd.
Yeah, you need to,
that.
Okay. So let's schedule a work session on the 23rd at 1 p.m. here at the Commissioner's office. And you had a question, sir?
Yes, it was about the February 9 meeting, since the minutes are not
I'm
yet
sorry,
available.
for the, can you
Oh,
say
I'm
these for the
sorry.
record, it's recorded?
Yeah, I'm Ed Buckles from Troy Township.
Okay.
The minutes for February 9 are not out yet. I was curious as to whether a letter sent to the commissioners suggesting that the county be declared a sanctuary county had been discussed
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. I'm just telling you, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not even going to entertain that, so.
Okay, but I just wanted to know if it had been, it had
We
not
received
been,
it.
Your question, but that's, no.
it had not been
And
discussed.
I don't believe the commissioners even have the authority to even do something like
Okay,
that.
well, the question was really, had it been discussed, because apparently the text of the email was turned over to a highly partisan group in the county.
Yeah,
The
highly
point-
partisan. Here's the, sir.
The point
This is-
of the email was to raise a discussion
Okay.
based upon,
So I guess here's the situation. We'll have a discussion. Are we going to take action on this? I would move to say no.
No.
There we go.
okay,
Thank
but
you for your time.
my point
Sir,
being.
this is a
my-
public meeting. You're invited to attend. At this point in time, the discussion is over. Please sit
No,
down.
I'm
We don't wanna
perfectly,
hear you
I'm
anymore.
perfectly
Okay?
happy that you've made
Thank
the
you.
decision. I'm perfectly happy that you
Thank you.
discussed it.
Okay,
The point
this
is-
conversation is over, sir.
The point is.
Your
you-
opinion has been heard.
The point is that
The
you.
point is this,
the
sir,
point
is that you are
that-
now disrupting a public meeting.
The point is that
Sir,
the text of
I am
that was
asking
released to
you
a partisan
to please sit
organization,
down or
and the
leave
point
this
was
meeting
to have
at
a
this point in
reasonable
time.
discussion.
We are
It was-
done with the discussion.
No,
Thank
we're
you.
not.
Yes,
We're
sir.
talking about how this place conducts its
At this
business.
point in time, sir, I'm asking you to stop
It's a
interrupting.
public
I
record.
will, but
Public
this is-
Sir, it's a public record. It was received by this office. Once it's received, it's a public record.
It is a public
It's
record, but
accessible
that
to
doesn't mean
anybody
it's
who
sent out
asks for it.
randomly to people.
When someone asks for a public record, we have to respond.
I'd like
for
to
that
see that
request.
public record request. Can I see it, please?
Mr. Buckles, you can request it at the window. There's a policy
I
in
will.
place of requesting public records.
Thank you.
Okay, we ask that you follow our rules. Thank you.
So I have a motion on your work session.
I'll make that motion. What time is that?
1 p.m. on the
23rd, that's next Thursday.
Yes, next
We have a
Thursday,
session,
1 o'clock.
morning
So we
session,
have 9.
and we'll come back at, 9 o'clock.
So
Meeting.
there's a holiday on Monday, is that the-
Right,
Yes.
that's why we're having a meeting.
President's Day.
Yeah, President's Day.
And what's the period of time that we're scheduling that for?
Well,
What's the
we're
duration?
1 p.m.
about 2 hours in total. That's the estimate. So we start at 1 p.m. and the goal will be done on or before 3 o'clock.
Do I have a second? Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Claypool?
Yes. Okay, and then as far as the 17th, we've got Geauga Leadership Day here. One of the things that they had asked us was to give a dissertation as far as, concerns of the government. I will be in Texas, so I will not be able to attend. One of the things that I think that you guys could bring up as far as the,
I'm gonna be out of town.
okay?
Yeah, I'm planning on that.
One of the things that I would ask you to bring up as a concern that probably a lot of the other areas will not bring up is the sales tax concern. Because I think that I had a discussion yesterday, 2 days ago with Senator Patterson, because there's a big push as far as raising the sales tax, and the situation is that we're losing a ton of revenue based on online sales that are outside of our venue, outside of the state's venue, and this is just causing a huge, huge problem across the entire country. This is not a Geauga issue. This is a full, country issue because of the fact that people are able to go purchase products online. They're not paying taxes. We're losing millions and millions of dollars across the country. It's into the billions. So we're looking to reach out to get money in from people in other venues, that this is an epidemic that is only going to continue to grow stronger and stronger as online sales continue to grow stronger and stronger. And I think that what I would ask is if you can let them know about this as far as being able to understand that we as county commissioners are required to fund a lot of the different departments and a lot of the different venues and operations that the county does, that we are being tasked more and more and more. And though our sales tax numbers continue to grow, if you looked at it as far as where our population growth is and where our sales tax rate is, it probably could be a whole lot better. But because of the fact that a lot of our county residents, I'm sure, buy online, we're starting to lose that revenue. And it's, with a lot of more of the, nonprofit organizations acquiring property, and we're losing sales tax on that. More and more people are able to have different tax breaks on their property, which ultimately affect the bottom line and put a major hindrance as far as dollars and cents to our operation here in the county. So I think that it's something that this is going to be further discussion. I think that, and I would like to try to schedule to have, John Eklund, Cyril LaTourette, John Patterson, to be able to possibly even attend one of these meetings, a special meeting. It could be done even if we had to schedule a night meeting, to basically come in and give us their dissertation too of where they see the state of Ohio going, because we're all in this situation. It goes from the top down, but we are feeling the pressure. The state of Ohio is feeling the pressure. These communities are feeling the pressures. Everybody is going to be at a point where there's a crunch of funds, and services could, you know, realistically could be detrimented by this, and I don't know where the end is, but it's something that I think saying at this point to be proactive, I don't know if we could be really proactive. We probably should have thought about this a while ago, but right now we're bleeding. We might as well try to figure out what we can do to bandage up so that we don't die, because this is a bad scenario financially for our county, because every year we're taking more and more of a hit, and our costs to operate continue to grow higher and higher and higher. So it's something that if you can research a little bit of that before the 17th, or if you wanted to, you know, I could try to get you some data. I briefed Dave Blair on this quite a bit too, but just I would ask that you try to get that information as far as from me to them, or from you to them, but to be able to say that it is a challenge for our county, because that was one of the specific questions that they wanted to ask.
I know that I'm somewhat familiar with the concept, given the business that I was in. And I know that organizations like Amazon, which now has a distribution facility in Ohio, and I buy a lot on Amazon, I think they pay a sales tax.
Right.
And so I know there's a conversation, and I'm as concerned about the fact that the state is looking at increasing the sales tax, which isn't going to help us at the county level. It's going to help at the state, and actually it'll be detrimental to us at the county level, because once they raise the tax, now we don't have the opportunity, we'd have to pile on. And so, you know, it's very concerning. I'd love to get more informed, but get your take on it. Part of the discussion that I've heard, it's so complex, because I can buy from somebody in France, and how do you administratively get the sales tax from in that situation? I mean, tracking the sales tax through these internet sales and stuff is really tough to do. And so that's the downside. I'd love to hear more about your view on that, because I do know that we are impacted by the sales tax. I know in my meetings that I'm going to start having with the communities, I'm going to start pushing by Geauga. So people need to can better understand that we've got local businesses here that you can shop from. I know where I go if I'm going to buy sporting goods. I know where I'm going to go if I'm going to buy, you know, pancakes, or, you know, I go to my local businesses. If I want to buy a pie, I go to Patterson's. If I want to buy popcorn, I go out to the Amish guys out in a couple of stores over in the Middlefield area. And so if we start promoting locally, then we help ourselves from a sales tax perspective. But any information you have that would help to better inform everybody involved, I'd love to hear it and see it. I'll bring the conversation up and get John and Sarah.
And talking to Senator Patterson, he was very much on board that there's, you know, I think that there's a lot of people that are aware of it, and, you know, within the, you know, upper level of government, that they're aware of it. It's just, you know, I don't know if there's the fear of political ramifications, and just some of the larger scale companies that potentially have influence, but as far as creating, you know, a secure funding source for Ohio, that sales tax is critical, but at the same time, we do not want to put a detriment to people in commerce in the state of Ohio, that now all of a sudden you sell something that you are getting 6.75%, that now all of a sudden you are increasing to 1% or 2%, that at the end of the, you know, they just got, for every $100,000, we're looking at another $1,000 to $2,000, depending on where they would raise this, and it's a lot of money, and it's and it really has impact on people and their decisions of what they make to buy product. And I'm not saying that because I also have a retail company. I'm just saying that is that across the entire business community, whether you're selling, you know, boxes of cereal, or whether you're selling, you know, heavy equipment, you're affected by sales tax, and it's something to be concerned about. So,
well, I will bring it up in the course of my discussion with the leadership group, and we'll see where it goes. Maybe we can get Sarah and John. I'll reach out to them and talk to them anyway. But I've got their ear for a number of things.
And then the only other thing was we're going to be closed for business for President's Day on the 20th, and then we will be back in session here for our regular meeting on the 23rd. So with that, I ask for a motion to adjourn.